Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And sorry about the rush because we've made some changes. We wanted to tell you that you're cordially hosted, and thank you very much for being with us during this presentation, which today is very different from what we usually do. And today we are going to speak about the flavors of Chihuahua, which is focused on sotol, which is one of our typical beverages, and to get to know how to match this food and beverages. Well, there was a time when Secretary of Education said, I think it was Vasconcelos, several years ago, said that culture stopped or we have grilled meat, and actually grilled meat, and this really takes place to the northern part of the country because this is our tradition. And of course, when we speak about the northern part of our country, we speak about meat. And actually, Chihuahua has a great range of different flavors. And now we are going to have the pleasure of tell you about just a little bit of what Chihuahua is from a gastronomic perspective, and we're going to speak about this important distilled spirits. One is tequila in Jalisco, Guanajuato, Tamaulipas, and this is the denomination of origin. And in the northern part, we have Sotol, and we'll tell you about the spirit. And here we see one other example of what Sotol is. This is our drink, and in order not to really have more time, we get like to introduce our speaker and some destinations. We present national, international chefs, and in this case, we also have these young people who are in the chef industry. And it implies to be original, innovative, and it is our pleasure to see the people who are here. We have people from Guerrero. Do be welcome. And we have a young talent from Chihuahua, from Ciudad Delicias, Chihuahua. And we have Chef Octavio Gomez del Campo. We'll give him a big round of applause. And fortunately, here we have Sandra Chacon. She's the specialist. She will tell you about this. And please come all the way to the front, and she will tell us what Sato is. And now we will have Sato first. Well, we will have Sato, so I'll give the floor to Sandra Molina because we will divide this in two parts. First, Sato, and then the matching with the wine in order to really know what Chihuahuense gastronomy is. So I will give the floor to her so that she will. Sandra Molina, Sandra Chacon, and she comes from Soto La Hacienda. These are the drinks we see here. And do we welcome the people coming from China? Do you come from China? Korea. Do be welcome. Do be welcome. And thanks to the CBTM. Okay, now you are welcome, and we will start with Satol. We will have Sandra Chacon from Hacienda, Chihuahua. Good morning. My name is Sandra Chacon. I represent the state of Chihuahua to my brand, which is Satol Hacienda, Chihuahua. I think that, well, you have heard about it, and we have heard the song, okay, as northern nights that have been illuminated by Satel. What is the Satel? What is the desert plant that grows in the desert? It is the Chihuahua, Coahuila, Durango desert, and the Nuevo Mexico desert. Well, it needs 15 years to grow in order to harvest it and just to produce one single bottle. This is totally different from the agave we have in Chihuahua, vis-a-vis the ones we have in the rest of the world. This is a wild plant, as you can see. In the southern part, we have a mescal with a very robust think agave. In the central part, we have Jalisco with tequila. In the northern part, we only have this mezcal agave, three different agaves, and I would dare to say that this is the correct agave. Why? Well, because it does not have any chemical emulsification. It is organic. We have the certification, the European and the US, and the three kosher certificates for Ibelamba and the kosher one. I will tell you about this. The brewing process is in a ceramic kiln at 72 degrees, and this plant never touches the coal. This is why it's not smoky, not toxins, and this is why we have been certified with the highest purity certifications. It has an enzyme from the champagne yeast. So if we do this, well, there is the tiny drops as if it were champagne. Then the distilled is really a column we have here, and we have a double one. We have another one which is the ultra premium, and we have the premium and ultra premium, and everything is really aged in new oak barrels, and this means that we do not get the color of some other drinks that were in the barrels. This is an 800 secret from the Raramaros and Esinases, and they only used this drink for some ceremonies, and they give it next to their friends and forefathers. In 1910, the revolution started in Cayame del Satola. I do not know if at that time they were very courageous, and this is what we try to do to change this raw beverage, thanks to Jose Dalmas, who's a graduate student from Montpellier, and she worked at Washington. I'm speaking about cognacs that are priced at over $300. And well, since he was highly recognized and one of the most important enologists, he went to the technical knowledge he had in order to really make of Satal not a coarse beverage but a very fine one. Well, our product is created thanks to the artisanal processes. We do not have toxins and chemicals. It is a very fine product, but we still have the corks. They are manufactured in Portugal and does these beautiful things. For instance, we see the lacquer, the stamps, the labels. And this is the line. Well, these are my daughters, and they resemble their father. We have the silver one, which is a double distilled drink, the one that has been aged. The aged one, this is the one we have here, vis-a-vis a 2 year aged drink. And actually, we do not have, we have this process that we can tell, and then we see this gold drops, and this is considered was as the most potent antioxidants, and also for headache, insomnia, and Japanese say that this is also an aphrodisiac, and I agree with it because actually we see that this is just for this purpose as a romance. Have you seen, yeah, Julia Roberts' party? Well, she asked the guests to bring her guests to bring 2 bottles of tequila, and actually one was wrong and brought Satel, and she really loved it. And the next day, she asked for 20 boxes of this drink, and well, in France and some other places of the world, they just to follow what Mr. Dolmas did. They have followed these traditions, and then there was a friendship that in 2001 was started, and in 2006 we sent her these boxes, and Mr. Elias, who is my boss and really greets you. He says, well, now it has improved. It has a better texture because of this aged version has 5 more years, and then it will not become the age the drink, but actually age between five because of the hacienda we are in. So this is the age five, which is the subtle cognac, and this is given to you in the purest fashion. It does not have a strong flavor. It does not even give you this distillation breath. It is a very noble product. You will never have a hangover. Well, I thought that this was a lie, but it's not. So I feel that this is the best appetizer we can have for the wonderful gastronomy we have in the state of Chihuahua. And now I will give you Chef Octavio in order to tell you about the delicacies we have. Well, a big round of applause to Sandra Chacon from Hacienda, Chihuahua. And real quick, at our booth, there are cocktails, and you will be tasting Satel. And now I'll give the floor to our chef in order to for him to tell us how to really match perfectly well beverages and food. Thank you very much, sir, for this introduction. Well, now we would like to have a little bit of Satal. Let's enjoy the taste and flavors of Chihuahua. And as you can see here, well, we have this slow and comment experience the flavors of Chihuahua. We know that this is known all over Mexico, but now they are getting covered with chocolate, and they have a little twist of this product, which is basically we also have very famous mushrooms. I invite you to go to the San Juanita Fair. This takes place at the highest place of the Tarahumara mountain range, and we invite you to join us at this firm when we are going to gather this mushroom. Next, we have the chile chilaca. It is widely known in Chihuahua. We can taste it either raw or sauteed. We can add it cheese, and there is one other thing which is called chile chilaca tostada. It is soaked into water, and it is cooked with tomato and some meat and a flour tortilla. Peaches have an uncommon flavor. They are grown in the northern part of the state because of the weather. And if you join us, you will be able to taste this peaches, the jellies, the jams, and different presentations. Now, I would like to ask you: have you ever tried our Mennonite cheeses, respecting the tradition of the colony we have from the Netherlands, and the apples. We are one of the most important producers at a national level, and the cuts, the meat cuts. Now you will be given some meat cuts in order for you to really taste the quality we have. Next, well, we have already spoken about the flavors, and now let's speak about the pleasures our state offers. The typical dishes on the left, you see burritos, which is, well, recently made tortillas, and it has well, if you have tomato sauce, cheese, and ham, it's great. And then we have a chile con queso. You toast the chilaca chile, you saute it with a little onion and any dairy product. I recommend the asadero cheese, and well, you can even have some serum and grilled meat. The one we're going to taste has this huerito chile and tiny onion, and this cut is a New York rib in order for you to have it. And here we have apple pie. As we have said, well, apples are very common at a national level, and we can really make different dishes. The apple pie or juices, jams, jelly, different things with apples. And finally, discada. I do not know if the people who were there at our booth, well, let me tell you what discada is. It's a typical dish. It was produced by peasants, and they really used this disc. They had to harvest, and they added everything, and they used sausages, whatever they have, and they were just using this plowing disc. Now, after telling you about the real pleasure gastronomically Chihuahua has, and which is famously renowned nationally and internationally, we have one other challenge. What are we going to give to our guests because they get to know more what they have, and they look more for new experiences, new dishes, and different combinations. Well, thanks to the opening of several cuisine schools, we chefs need to offer you, our guests, distinguished and highly demanding guests, something that will really satisfy you in order to put Chihuahua on the spot, on the national and world spot. And this is the challenge we chefs have, and hopefully we will be able to host you in Chihuahua, to offer you a tour from Parral Delicias, Chihuahua, and to make you fall in love of Chihuahua and our pleasures. Thanks, Chef. And I want to tell you, well, he's very young. His master, he was preparing his dishes, and we will have some subtle cocktails in order for you to have the real flavor of Chihuahua. And Chihuahua is the number one in nuts. Apple, chile verde, chile chipotle. So actually, we have oregano, meat, and since we have cattle as one of our most important economies, we have different breeds, and this meat comes directly from Chihuahua. We have brought it from there in order to offer you this authentic dish together with some variations. For instance, there's grilled onions in order for us to offer you this norteño flavor. We have the Mennonite cheese, and as we have seen on the slides, it really shows what Chihuahua is together with the best apple pies. Do you know where they are made? Well, in Ciudad Guerrero, in Chihuahua. Well, we invite you to go to the largest state of the country, and I want to tell you that in the gastronomic tourism, 40% of tourists, really 40% to take into account gastronomy, and 50% out of this 40% take this into account according to the preferences, the taste. And I think this is very important because this is a growing trend, and we have to really live the experience of a region, of a culture, which is history as well. I want to also tell you that please give me a business card because at 1600 hours we're going to have a raffle, and to really be able to have you personally in our state. We have a wide variety of dishes. We will have this raffle at 1600 hours. And before leaving, please give us a business card. If you don't have a business card, please write your names on a piece of paper. Well, actually, this H5 Sotol is really a Sotol cognac, and I look forward to having at home. And over there you see these golden pearls, and actually it is great to enjoy it. Well, this is it. This is Chihuahua with its flavors. And chef, do you want to add anything else? Well, I just want to simply tell you that whenever you go to Chihuahua, please don't miss Ciudad Delicias. Arrive at the Simon Liman restaurant, and here we will be hosted by our chef. Thank you very much, the CPGM. People from the CPGM, thanks for this opportunity. And this was Chihuahua for all of you.